Welcome to Pressing Matters, your favorite person's favorite show about vinyl records. Now, whether I'm interviewing somebody, going to a record store, just talking, that's what you're going to get on Pressing Matters. Now, in this episode, I'm interviewing Rell. He used to have one of the best setups that I've seen, and I miss his setup, and I'm trying to get my setup like that. I ain't gonna hold you, but I love like talking to him. This is something I've been trying to do, get him for a while. We've finally both had a day off, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to find a way. And we made it happen, man. Check out the conversation, man, and I hope y'all enjoy it, and I'll catch y'all next time.
Peace. All right. So, first question I want to ask is, what got you into collecting records?
Great question. So, off camera, you and I were just talking a little bit about my work. So essentially, my day job, I do acquisition support, so contracting. And essentially, about 5 years ago during COVID, this is like everybody's story. This is not everybody, because of course they have some folks who have been collecting for much longer, but basically around my birthday in 2020, I was talking to my wife and I was like, I'm gonna be at the house. I need something to do. I love music. I would love to get a record player. And she kind of like laughed it off, ha ha ha, whatever, because I've never talked about collecting anything in our entire relationship. And so this seemingly came out of the blue. But basically, yeah, on my birthday, actually prior to my birthday, I asked for a record player, got it on my birthday. This is February 2020. And that's how I got started. And the first records that I got, it was like 5. It was Ludacris back for the first time on that holographic cover. I got Larry, what is it? I forget his name, but the one in a million, that guy. I forget his last name. And then I got a Marvin Gaye reissue, and I got another one that I no longer have, but I can't think of it off the top of my head right now. But I got 5 records that day, and I'm at 300 now.
You answered my next question, so I'm gonna pivot to a different one. When you bought your first record, did you know what you wanted to get, or you just went and was like, you just searching and you found something?
That's a great question. So for me, I grew up in a singing household. So of course I'm from Virginia, Richmond specifically, country boy, and grew up in the church. So everybody on my mom's and my dad's side sung all the time, and my parents, whose CDs I inherited, would play gospel. They would play, all sorts of R&B in the house. And I don't know, I collect because of the nostalgia. And whenever I go out, and I mean, even in the very beginning, actually, I'm lying, because everybody in the very beginning buys everything. I think that was what your question was. I just bought everything. Anything that had a name that I recognized, I bought. Sometimes without having heard the album before. So I went through that phase for maybe the first 2 years of my collecting. And I amassed a collection that was very robust, but was not really spending a lot of it, because I really honestly didn't like the records. I just bought them because it was Diana Ross, or I bought it because it was Shaka Khan or whatever. And so now, 3 years after that, I really have begun to seek out records that not provide me really with nostalgia, but something that I will grab, and something that sounds good to my ears, man.
Yeah, I get that. I had an issue too when I first started. I would go into like the dollar bins and stuff like that, the $5 bins, and just buy stuff off of like just recognizing the artist. Sometimes it's albums I like. Sometimes I'm like, I don't like this. And I'm like, I just have an album. I have like a few just sitting here that I haven't touched. I low-key need to sell them. I haven't even touched those
DJ
albums.
Talk. Get in
So
touch with DJ Talk.
so yeah, I need to get
Right.
yeah, I need to get rid of some of these records.
Yeah.
Um, so this is gonna be a different question. Pivot. If you can go to dinner with any artist you have on vinyl, who would be that artist and why?
Another banger of a question. If I could go to dinner with any artist, man, I got so many artists. One of them would be Lauryn Hill, man.
Hmm.
Um, I don't really showcase, Lauren as much. Of course, I have the Lauryn Hill that most people have, the number one album in history, according to Apple Music, Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. I would want to pick her brain because how could one, it's interesting to me. How could one be at the peak of their career and then just kind of step away and fade away? So I would want to sit down and have a conversation with her about that. Um, but truthfully, man, there's so many folks that I would like to sit down with. But my favorite group or band of all time is 3 6 Mafia. So I would probably want to have lunch or dinner with like Juicy J or DJ Paul or something like that.
I feel
Just because like I was rocking with them, talk about nostalgia, rocking with them, when I was in high school, the homie would come pick me up for school in his 92 Civic LX with the two 12-inch subs and the Alpine highs and all that stuff. And we would literally destroy our eardrums
like
on the way to school to some 3 6 Mafia, man. So honestly, DJ Paul and Juicy J would be a close second.
oh, that would be like an amazing conversation because I would wonder like because a lot of artists now they kind of still in 3 6 Mafia style and not even like giving them the credit too. So I would like that would be great to be like, hey, how do you feel about this artist? You hear their influence all over, like especially if you listen to hip hop, you hear their influence. It's all over. Kids don't even be
Absolutely.
knowing. They don't be
Young
knowing. Like,
Dolph, Young Dolph, Glorilla,
yeah,
so many of them. But they're all over the place, man. I got so much 3 6 Mafia in my collection too, and I'm really proud of it.
yeah, 3 6s, they're big. I remember being a kid listening to stuff that I should not have been listening to. I was young. My cousins were playing
That's
it.
hilarious.
So, so what vinyl makes you think of your home state, your or your childhood, however you want to answer this? I'm curious to know this question. I like asking this question because like people who are from different like regions, what do y'all listen to growing up? 'Cause
Yeah.
yeah.
So obviously being from VA, huge Timberland fan, huge Pharrell fan. Uh, but that's like the easy answer, right? So really, I've already kind of said this. What reminds me most of my childhood would be like somebody like Mary J. Blige, some groups like Boys to Men, what is it, Take Seven, the acapella group, Tony, uh, Jodeci, I mean, New Edition,
Mm,
because I'm 40, man, and I grew up straight up on gospel and 90s R&B,
mm.
so that those types of artists reminds me most of my childhood.
Do you have like a favorite from the 90s that you would say like something that you go to often, or it's just all like 90s R&B?
So, so most of my 90s is on CD. I don't show my CDs much, but I have amassed a collection of about 300 CDs as well.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So I got 300 12-inch vinyl and about 300 CDs. But as far as the go-to, that's a tough one because I don't honestly listen to it enough
Mm.
these days. Once I get my setup, you can see like my stuff is pretty bare. I don't know if you recall, but I had a pretty decent setup at my last house with like all the lights and everything like that. And so once I get my setup together, I'm gonna bust out the CDs and start showing them a lot more. But I don't really have a go-to for 90s right now.
Yeah. Yeah, your setup, I used to see your setup. I'm like, man, I want to do myself like that.
Your setup has evolved,
Yeah,
Jamal. Your
but
setup has evolved, man, since you put a focus on posting about it. I love the wall art.
all right.
I love it all.
Yeah, I'm trying to move though, so that's why it's gonna suck taking all this stuff down.
It does. It really sucks. I was at my last place for like 4 years, man. So my setup actually evolved. I had the record wall, and then I took that stuff down after like 3 years, and I put like my college jersey up there, and I put all my plaques and stuff on there. Had the lighting right. See, for me, it's about the aesthetics. Like it's collecting music is not just about the music for me. It's also about like the ambiance and bringing folks into that world. Like, so I used to really love when people came to the crib and they saw, the record wall and everything, and they were like, "Whoa, that's pretty cool," and it just kind of opened up that conversation. Then I turned on the stereo, with the subwoofer and everything. They're like, "Oh, so this is a vinyl?" They're always like really excited about that.
Yeah,
You know,
people's setup is like, because like seeing vinyl is one thing. Like a lot of people collect. When I see somebody set up, I'm like, oh, that's crazy. Like, because I'm curious, like, oh, what made you do this? What made you put this record up instead of that record and the colors and stuff like that? I'm somebody who gets tired of looking at the same thing over and over.
for
So
sure.
I be looking at my wall sometimes like I should take everything down, but I'm like, that's gonna take so long.
I
But
know.
all the time. If I get real bored, it's probably gonna happen this summer when I get like a day off and I'm gonna be like, I'm super bored. I'm about to take this whole wall down. It's gonna take a
I
long
feel
time.
for you. I feel for you.
Yeah.
I've been in my house since January. I only have basically my IKEA, um, what is it? My 9 cubes, man. I'm just rocking with the 9 cubes right now.
Yeah,
But just wait,
I'm trying to move. I can't wait to see what yours is gonna be, to be honest. You
it's
and
gonna be
Smitty,
sweet.
I'm like, man,
Smitty got a six set up.
I'd be jealous of y'all. I'd be like, man.
And there's another guy, Taywood. I don't know if you know Taywood. It's like Taywood 32, man. I've never seen anyone on these apps with as clean of a record wall as he has, man. Look him up if you haven't seen him. He has
Haywood
a
is his
very
name?
Taywood, Taywood 32, I believe, on TikTok.
Okay,
The
I'll look.
cleanest setup I've seen on TikTok.
Yeah, the setups, because the setups too, like that's how I know too, like, oh, this person like really loves this. Like, because I'm like, okay, people can buy the most popular records, like that's easy. But I'm
Yeah,
like, oh, like look at that, like they put effort into this, like the colors, the lights. I'm like that. I get excited looking at that stuff. I can spend hours looking at people's setup. Don't even have to like see what they got in their collection. So, yeah, your setup was nice. I can't wait to see what you do over there.
thank you, bro. I'm definitely really leaning into this hobby, man. Because as you get older, I don't know if you have a family, but I've got 2 kids and a wife, and man, it's just like a lot of my energy and effort goes into them. Building them up, getting them things and stuff. And so music for me, has really been nice, man. I'm not a guy that goes to the bar. I'm not a guy that goes out to the club or whatever. I'm a true family man, and so the music it's multi-dimensional for me, or multifaceted. It means so much in so many different ways, and me putting effort into my setup is not for anybody else, but literally for me and my enjoyment. For the aesthetics.
Yeah. Um, yeah. I mean, I'm going, it's gonna suck. I'm looking at it right now. It's gonna suck taking this down cause I'm trying
Yeah.
to move in August. Like, I'm trying to find a new apartment, and I'm like, man, it's gonna be hard.
So you're in California, so I imagine that search it's going to take you a while because everything is expensive, right? I assume
Oh, it's expensive. But
it's expensive.
I kind of already know what area I want to be in. It's about honestly saving more because I don't want to just move right now. I kind of want to have like room for like yeah, just save a little bit more. So
Definitely.
that's why I'm working the summer too because I don't technically need to work this summer. like my bills will be paid for, my rent, but I want to move. So I'm like, I'm gonna work this summer and use that money to move.
Nice.
But I'm in the Bay,
Nice.
so it's expensive. Expensive is the word.
You work for a bank or something or
I work for a school.
a school? Okay, so that's
So
why you're out today.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I run a program, like an after school program. So that's also why I'm always like that's why I was like, I'm so glad you could record today. Cause I'm like, ah crap. Like I work from 12 to 6. Usually don't get home till like 7:30 or 7 o'clock, depending if I got to go to the grocery store or something. And most people, I'm like, you're like 2 hours ahead, 3 hours ahead. People also got families. People also just be tired.
Sure.
So I'm like, like that's why I'm like, it's always weird. But yeah, my schedule is weird. I 12:30 to 6. Well, 12 to 6. And I'm like, well, that's prime time for a lot of people. Like people are working.
It's
So
true. It's true. Well, I'm fortunate enough to be at the house, but while I'm at the house, you at school. So
yeah.
today worked out perfectly.
Yeah, there's like kids around. I'm like, I can't do anything with students. You're like,
It's true.
um, all right. So the last question, this is always a hard question. Um, I'm curious about your answer, to be honest. If you're on a desert island and you get 5 vinyls to listen to for the rest of your life, what are those albums? Man, I'm curious. I'm so curious.
Five, only five. Okay. Jay-Z's The Black Album or The Blueprint. I would like to interchange those. Gotta have Jay-Z just for the lyrics and the vibe.
Mhm.
That's one. I'm gonna say that's one. I'm gonna say Project Pat's laying the smackdown
Oh.
would be one. Um, or 3 6 Mafia when the smoke clears, or 3 6 Mafia, the most known unknowns. Okay, so that's two. I just gave you three, but that's two. All right.
I'm surprised that's the
Um,
Project Pat album you went with. I thought you were gonna go with the other. That's a good one though.
yes. And then I have to go old school, man. I gotta have at least one old school. I would probably say we're talking on a desert island with only five vinyls. I would have to go with one of my Brothers Johnson albums, either Winner Takes All, or I just picked one up today. What's that one that I just picked up today? Or Right on Time.
Oh, that's the one I got.
Brothers Johnson is produced by Quincy Jones. They did some guitar work for Michael Jackson.
Mhm.
Just a solid 70s funk group.
That one got the was it strawberry was it strawberry letter on that one?
It might be one of the other ones. I don't know if this. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It does have Strawberry Letter on this one. That's right.
Yeah. That's a great song.
Um, oh my gosh, when you have so many, it's really tough to say. But I would say, Tribe Called Quest, the low end theory, just
Mm.
because it's a classic. Also another one that you can throw on and just go into another dimension, right? So we'll go Tribe Called Quest. So we'll say that's four. And then this is very hard for me, bro, because I like so much stuff. Number five, I have to cheat. Look, um, probably the best of Earth, Wind, and Fire, man.
Oh,
I'm
that's
gonna, I'm gonna say Earth, Wind, and Fire, best of volume. I think it's like volume one. I don't think they ever came out with a volume two, but
I think
I'm
they
gonna
did.
say Earth, Wind, and Fire, just for the simple fact, like you can put an Earth, Wind, and Fire record on and immediately be happy.
Hmm.
You can if you're not feeling great that day, you can throw Earth, Wind, and Fire on and immediately feel better. So I gave you like eight albums, but we can just say that that was five.
You that Earth, Wind, and Fire might be like the greatest, like best of album that I ever heard. Like you just
True.
put it on, like hit, 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 hit. I'm like, gosh,
It's
because
true.
that is a fantastic album. I think everybody should own that album. That's an album I think everybody should just have. If you just like music, you don't even have to like be really into vinyl. If you like music, get that album, whether it's on CD, cassette, whatever. That album is
I
just
have it on both.
yeah, I got it on
I'm with
both.
you.
That's one of the ones I'm like, I gotta get this on. Whether I'm in the car, whether I need to hear this album.
You brought up such a good point. Um, Music, man, I like talking with folks like you who don't pigeonhole yourselves into a specific genre that you like because music is so it's multi-generational, it's multi-dimensional, it's multifaceted. And so like lately in my journey, 5 years in, I'm finding myself getting real curious about some of the rock genres,
Mm,
soft rock, yacht rock, um, not like Metallica or anything like that, but like I just went and picked up something like this
mm.
Jefferson Starship. Okay, so I just quickly listened to it when I was in the record store and I was like, man, that sounds great. And then I was like, all right, I had to pick up this Doobie Brothers joint. This one has got minute by minute, What a Fool Believes. And so, like, as I've gotten more mature in my collecting, I've learned about more artists and I've been much more open to collecting like more different types of things. And I think that's really what the essence of vinyl collecting is all about, or music collecting in general, is stepping out of your comfort zone, picking up titles and listening to stuff that you wouldn't normally listen to and becoming inspired by it.
Yeah, I would say for me, the what actually helped me like get into other genres. I'm still like trying to get into more stuff. The pandemic. So I was just sitting at home and I would just ask the question like, yo, who's an artist that's like not hip hop and R&B I should listen to? And then people will put like a whole bunch of artists. Like that's how I started listening to like Tame Impala. I
Hmm.
checked out Fleetwood Mac. I didn't know anything about them until the pandemic, which I know it's crazy. But like
Everybody's in that boat, man.
the pandemic helped me with that. Like Nirvana, didn't know anything besides one song.
It was like Teen Spirit.
The only song I knew, and I was like, okay, what's the hype? And then I listened to it, I was like, I get it. Like,
Is
so
dope.
people like that's one thing I love about it's probably one of the few things I love about social media is the way people can like just share certain things like, oh, listen to this artist. If you like this artist, you'll like this artist. That's something that I why I stay on TikTok. Because I be thinking about leaving all the time, but I'm like, that is this community, this music community can't beat this. You can't find this nowhere else. Like,
It's
so,
true. It's
but
true. And we're OGs, man. Honestly, I have seen many more black vinyl collectors now than I ever had. Like when I first
yes,
came onto the app in 21, I barely saw black vinyl collectors on there. They probably were there, but I see a lot more now. And
yeah,
I think that's really cool, man.
yeah, I see a lot more, and that's why I'm like, honestly, just I was shocked because I mean I'm in the Bay Area, but when I go to the record store, well, one I see like a lot of young. I live in San Jose, so it's like a college town. I see a
Hmm.
lot of young people in there, like younger than me. I'm 32, and I'm like, okay. But I never see any like black vinyl collectors until like recently. I'm starting to see more. I'm like, oh wow, like there's a lot of us out here that I didn't know, like didn't know
Yep.
existed. So just dope.
It is. It is. And we're so talented too, man. Some of the videos they put together, man, are awesome. Um, you know, I just think, man, the whole community is amazing. It's definitely become a part of me. I had to take a little bit of a break though because I had like a creative block, but I lately I've been trying to just push out more of the music and less of like the creative stuff. I've been trying that. But honestly, I just want to learn more and more about what's out there and I want to share more and more when I have the time, with the family and things like that. Like it's tough. for me to stay consistent. But man, I love the community and I appreciate you giving me an opportunity to share, my vinyl story.
I appreciate you coming on. This is one that I've been trying to get for the longest.
Yeah, man.
Behind the scenes, I'll give people behind the scenes. I've been trying to get this one, and I'm like, man, our schedules are so like,
I know.
I was
I
like,
know.
when you told me you could do it today, I was like, man, you know what? I
It's
got a lot
love,
of
man.
stuff I got to do today, but I'm gonna make this happen.
I appreciate that so much, man. For real. I can feel your energy through the screen, dog. It's amazing.